Hello, everybody. I'm Riley Smith's friend Kate Shep from MakeGood Creative Network, and today we will be talking about how to practice musical voiceovers for beginners. So maybe you have an interest in voice acting as a profession, maybe you just want to show off to your friends with a cool fan dub, or you just enjoy acting and singing and want to try a new avenue to do those things. I myself fall into all three categories somehow, and I thought it would be fun. And it is! A few things you will need before getting started here. Access to YouTube, which you definitely already have, congratulations. A computer, video editing software that allows you to easily slice and move around audio. I use Adobe Premiere, but any video editing software that you can simply import the video and move the audio around. And a way to record your voice. A mic is great, but also like a smartphone works fine. Once you have your materials, the first thing I would recommend is to pick a song that has both singing and speaking in it. And with more than one character in it. I mean, you can do something with one character, but it's a lot more fun and it gives you more practice for versatility with your voice if you choose something with different voices in it. You know, for a challenge. Also important is to pick a song that already has a karaoke or instrumental version readily available to you, unless you happen to be skilled at creating your own instrumentals from scratch, in which case go for it. But most of us are not on that level, which by the way is why this video is particular to musical voiceovers, so that all you have to worry about actually recording is your voice, and not any like Foley background sounds or background music. Once you have selected your song, you will need to download the audio for the instrumental and the video of the original. The one I have selected for example purposes is the system.boot/pearl_final3 in .info song from the Steven Universe movie, one of my favorite movies. And it includes 7 different character voices, which I thought would be neat. Some nice practice. Now, if you don't know how to download audio or video from YouTube, let's be clear that this is not an official part of our little tutorial here. I am just mentioning to my friend Riley, while the camera is still on, that if you Google the words YouTube to MP3 or YouTube to MP4, those are useful things to Google, with helpful links that may or may not come up. MP3 means audio file, okay? And MP4 means video file. So, okay, good, the camera is still on. So let's get back to our tutorial. Once you have properly acquired the instrumental audio and the original video clip, the next step is to rehearse. Yes, I know we would all love to be great at what we do the very first time. Some of us have that talent. I sure don't. So I literally just practice over and over and over and over and over and over again, along with the original while I'm watching it. So a few tips. It's helpful to have the lyrics and the script in front of you so you're not going from memory. Don't make it harder on yourself than it needs to be. For a clip with several characters like mine, I found it helpful to just pick one character at a time to rehearse. So for example, with this clip, you know, I'd start with Steven maybe and just talk along with his lines throughout the whole song and do that over and over until I have the cadence of everything correctly, and then move on and do it again with Pearl, move on and do it again with Greg, etc. When it comes to actually getting the vocals right, you want to first of all match pitch, right? Which is easier with singing than it is with talking, but it's helpful when you're doing it along while you're listening. You really just have to listen and try to match it as best you can. Pay attention to inflection, to timing, and to the tone. It can take a little while to get it right, and if you're not somebody who is skilled in hearing yourself accurately, like if you're not, you know, a professional singer, that's okay. You can record yourself and listen back to it, and that can be really helpful in hearing those details you might not be hearing as you're doing it. Again, it can take a while to get it right. I mean, the whole point of this is to practice something you haven't done before. This is for beginners. So it definitely took me a while. I found that singing along with Pearl was not too bad because her voice is very girly and sweet, kind of like my natural singing voice is. But talking along with somebody like Greg, who, you know, the character is an adult man, that was a little more challenging. Once you've rehearsed along with the original audio enough and you've got it, everything feels good, it is time to rehearse with the instrumental. This next piece is a bit technical, but I believe in you, you can do this. You need to open up that video editing software and import both the original video clip and the audio instrumental. Put them both on the timeline and line them up. Hopefully the instrumental you acquired is the same tempo and everything, so you can move them to be exactly perfectly in sync. Once you're able to play it and all of the audio is matched up perfectly, I need you to mute the original audio track, but don't delete it, and you'll see why. Now that you have the video that you can see along with the instrumental track that you can hear, it is time to rehearse what you've been rehearsing, and this round of rehearsing is going to be harder. So have patience with yourself. It's one thing to match your voice to a character that you're hearing in real time. It's another to be completely on your own vocal-wise and only hear the music. So keep those lyrics up, do it over and over again. It's not gonna be perfect the first time, and if it is, then you rock, but I'm sure it won't be, and that's okay. Do it over and over until it feels right to you and you feel like you've got this. Once it does, you're ready to record for reels. Hell yeah, make sure your environment is nice and quiet. Tell your family to chill. Grab some headphones, of course, and start recording. You want your microphone to only pick up your voice and not the music. If you feel like you need to hear yourself, which is something that I always need, you can do the classic trick of just having one on or one earbud in and the other free so that you can still hear you. It is up to you whether you'd like to try to record all the voices in one go, you superstar, or you can do what I did and just do one voice at a time. Now with 7 characters, that means I had 7 different audio tracks, but that's okay. Just do keep in mind that the more audio tracks that you have to record, the more rows you'll have in your audio program that you'll have to organize and clip through. So if that doesn't bother you and it's more important to you to like get the character voices exactly right and that's easier, then go ahead and do that. So again, this tip is a bit technical, but I'm gonna tell you what I ended up doing, which was opening up FL Studio and recording straight into there. I did my 7 different audio tracks and then exported all of that into one audio track so that it was just my voice. I forgot how to do air quotes for a second. I was like, so that it was just one my voice file so I could import it into Premiere. Again, you don't have to do that, and if that sounds too technically challenging, then that's fine. It just made the workspace a little cleaner. Once you have all your vocals recorded and you are happy with them, you can import that audio into your video project and do your best to now line it up. Now, it's useful that we did not delete our original audio file, right? We only muted it, so it's still there, which means you can unmute it now and use that to help match up your voice to where the original voices played. So I did rehearse a lot, but the timing was still not exactly perfect, especially on the speaking parts. It's just harder to get the timing exactly right. So I did have to clip up my voice track a little and adjust it so that it would fit to match the character's lips moving. The last thing I would recommend before you are all done is to check the audio levels, listening with headphones and with speakers if you have them. Audio can come through a little differently in headphones and speakers, so it's always helpful to listen through both to get a good sense of what the levels are like. And what I mean by this is the volume. So for example, if you notice the music is a little too loud, you can't hear your voice well enough, turn down the volume of the audio track or turn up the volume of your voice track. You're smart, you know what I'm saying. Once that all sounds and looks good, just export it and bask in your glory. You now have a cool little fan dub to share with your friends or include in a portfolio or just for funsies, all valid. If you enjoyed this video, MakeGood Creative Network, the channel you're on right now, has so many other cool things. In particular, if you're interested in getting paid for voice acting, for example, or other creative endeavors you may do, check out the top 9 ways for creatives to make money online. A free guide, free! Also, if you liked the video, it would be awesome if you could physically like the video, like click like, and subscribe to the channel so you can see other videos like this. We've got how-to videos and creative tips and all sorts of stuff. But most importantly, let's go make stuff!